Thursday morning. Um, it's been pretty good morning. I went for a run, 5K, and now I'm in the hotel, and I want to talk to you about something. 2 years ago, I moved off my parents' house, and I realized something. Every fear or every single thoughts that we have, and we used to think that things are going to get worse, and 99% never happens of this thought. So I made the decision to take the risk and start a new chapter of my life. It was pretty intense, to be honest. Running your first business where you don't know what is going to happen, you don't know if things are going to go well. But after like a couple of weeks, I was like, man, I can really do this. I'm more than sure if I show up every single day and I'm putting the actions that I gotta take to build the life that I wanna live in the future, there is no point of me thinking that it's not going to work out. Even though there is so many obstacles on the way, but like I say, you gotta show up for yourself and you gotta find the way, because you are gonna always figure it out. That's something that I have learned over the years. And it's interesting because when you show up for yourself and you realize that you are capable to achieve all those things that on your mind, on your thoughts, you thought that it's not gonna happen, that you don't have what it takes. But even though you achieve all of these things, your confidence starts going up. And the only thing that you gotta think about it is, okay, what is the next step? What I'm gonna do now? And that's what happens to me. I was like, okay, so I'm from a small city in a small town in Argentina, Buenos Aires. And there is so many obstacles there. After 1 year of living alone, with my own thoughts, facing my own problems, I want more, and I want to achieve something that I've never thought that is going to be possible for me, especially in my situation where you don't know how to speak in English. You want to run a coaching business for English people. But like I say, every time that you show up for yourself and you set up goals and you are taking the actions, fear becomes more predictable. Okay, so what I mean by that is we all face different fears, we all have different challenges. But the thing that happens, or what actually changed my way of think and achieve new goals, it was, okay, I know that I have fears, I want to face them, but I don't want them controlling me. And that's the most powerful thought that I have done, that I have learned. And yeah, I think it's, if you think about it, you can do whatever you want. It's just because we are all influenced by people, by family, by friends, and they have their own thoughts, their own opinions, but can't control their opinions. It's out of your control. So that was the most important lesson that I have learned. Leave all those opinions, don't care about it, because what is out of your control is out. And if you think about, it's actually crazy, because you have your own thoughts and people thoughts. But when you understand that you gotta leave all the people opinions, and you start focus on your own thoughts, and you start gaining more confidence, you can do whatever you want. I'm now in Barcelona after 2 years that I left Argentina. After 1 year that I moved out, I decided to take more risk, because I was confident enough to say, you know what, if I did it, if I can build a new life, living on my own apartment, got independent, why I cannot, travel around the world, run my own country business, meet people that I coach online, train with them, and have fun, and wake up and do like a 5K run, then get back into the hotel and talk to you in English, which is not my first language. Why? Because I can, and because I wanted, and I wanted to, do big things based on my life and where I came from. I'm pretty satisfied, but I always looking for more. And living in Europe, in different countries, with no family, no friends, you can mature in such a period of time, in a short period of time, where if you look at your life back in the days, it's been like 2 years, but for me it was like 10 years on my mind, because I faced too many situations, too many hard situations where you don't know what is gonna happen. You just take the risk, and when you start knowing how this actually works, you realize that whatever you want, you can accomplish. Of course it's hard, of course there is obstacles on the way, but when I was 23, I take the risk basically, and I'm not even on my 30s, and I think that I'm ready, face too many challenges that it prepares me for my entire life. Because when you are alone, when you don't have any connections, contacts, you gotta figure out there is no option. So imagine when the circumstances are not going well. I'm used to that. I live out of the comfort zone every single day. Why? Because after every single fear is the most how can I say this? After the fear, you can see, when you face the fear, after the fear, when you face the fear, you can really see what you are capable. And every little action is gonna make you closer to that final goal. Because imagine if you want to lose weight or gain muscle or whatever you want to do with your life, you gotta focus on the small details, what you're doing on a weekly basis, what is making you closer to that point. And that's what most people subestimate. And I think there is a misunderstanding about small actions, because a small action is not like waking up earlier 4 a.m. to run a marathon, and then train 5 days a week, like a machine. Little actions are based on your lifestyle and based on your goals. So for example, if you want to go fast, go for it all in. But if you want to go far, focus on the little things. Train 3 times per week, run 1 or 2 times per week. Focus on what you can actually do, so you don't have any excuse on a weekly basis. Eat properly, whole food, no processed food, 80-20% rule, which is perfect. I used to do that and it works really well. It's been almost 8 years since I started working out, and it's been 4 years since I run my own coaches business. It's been 4 years since I started my coaching business. Right now I can live in every, I don't have any restriction where I can live or I can spend my days. I just see how it goes, and it's what I decide. I build it every single week, every single month. I show up. So I think we all know how to do these things. We get lost, but you gotta, see yourself, see what you want to accomplish, see what you're doing on a weekly basis, and that's it. Don't overcomplicate it. It's not that hard. Just show up for yourself.